Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a second edition of the bathroom remodels. As you see, demo day went extremely well. And if you haven't seen the demo day video, I encourage you to go check it out. But in the meantime, here's a quick little time lapse for you. Go. Now that everything is destroyed and opened up, that we see like a blank canvas, we have to do the plumbing today. We have to do the drywall. We have to do the electrical, and we have to do the flooring today. It's a lot to do. Hopefully we can bust it all out. Let's go pick our supplies. Let's go. Before we continue with this bathroom renovation, let me talk about the sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, you've probably heard this by now, but let me tell you why in terms of gameplay, it's the deepest and most complex mobile game around. With 500 champions to collect, each with their own skill trees and millions of artifacts to find and equip, no two champions will ever be the same. That makes for literally trillions of ways to build your team's crazy depth and endless strategies to figure out. What I really like about the game is how detailed all the characters are and all their powers that you can examine through. And in the last couple of weeks, they've added a load of new updates. There's a lot to go in, and I'll just mention a few. First, they just added champion fragments, which lets you collect pieces of champions that you can use to summon specific awesome champions, with special events running all the time. There's also a new bazaar where you can load up on high value items with the gold bars you win in tag arenas, and they just extended the daily login reward up to 270 days. With free champions available just for logging in. It's been a crazy month for updates, and there's never been a better time to start. You can find me in the game under the name Mr. Build It, and if you're quick enough, you can even join my clan. So what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special links, and if you are a new player, you will get 100,000 silver, plus 2 clan boss keys, plus 3 ancient shards, plus 1 free champion. All this treasure will be waiting for you here, so good luck, and I'll see you there. All right, that was a lot of shopping. Let me show you what I got. Skip that, don't fall. Oh, let's, before we install, let's turn off the water. Once you find access to your water meter, labeled water meter, you just take the sucker off. Right over there, there's a little knob, you just turn it. And you gotta use one of these, major long keys. Turn there. And just like that, the water's off. Now you don't want to start cutting open the water lines there because they're still pressurized. There's still water in there. To do so, to clear it, let whatever's there drain. And that way when we cut our lines, it's not gonna just squirt all over the place. We got a couple of things. We got a PEX cutter. PEX is these, the water lines. These are called PEX crimp rings. And what it is this ring slides over it. Then we're using a PEX crimper. Now, a little pricey, 80 bucks for this thing. I had a cheaper model, it was like the $30 one, and everybody said you should get this one just because the other ones, they crimp from one edge, and this is something that crimps from 360 degrees around at pressure to ensure that it doesn't leave room for any leakage or weaknesses over the years to come. So, we're gonna slide it on, crimp it until this stops, and then from that point on, we'll start working it out to make sure it comes out exactly where we want to. We need to set our the new sink drain just because we're realigning everything. The nice thing is I can just cut it off. That's dirty. Our new adapter, a little bit of primer. Make sure it's square. The last thing we're going to do on this setup here is to secure these water lines. We're going to cut these off and have them fitted about yay with a PEX clamp or crimp on it. And then once that's in place, we're going to slide, where's my dang things? We're going to slide these holders in place. That way it doesn't start rubbing against the metal and start destroying. Stinks! Things like crap, because crap goes there. Now we need to create the bend. You don't want to exceed 5-foot extension. The reason why, after that, you have to start reconfiguring your vent tubing. Grab a 45 and grab a 60 degree. Drill a hole where your phalange is going to be in, drop the line, and then see which one feels more comfortable. My money's on the 45, but we'll see how that goes. Here's the pipe that's going to be coming out of the phalange from the toilet there with a 45 degree there. Now, because this is going from white PVC to black ABS, we have to use this transitional cement. It's specifically for that. We're going to use it there. But for the black ABS to black ABS, like these two joints, this is the stuff we're going to use. So very important you guys know all the proper chemicals to use. We're such scientists. Sometimes I just impress myself. Aw, man. Remodel your bathroom, they said. It'll be fun. Now we need to take the 23/30 seconds, which is like almost 3/4 inch in layman's terms, but we're gonna place it down, cover this pit up. We're gonna create a hole for the vent there, and we're gonna use, oh, I didn't tell you, we're gonna use liquid nails. Along with nails, or along with screws, it's gonna help secure things better, preventing squeaking. It's basically like a secondary kind of securing device. So let's get things measured out, cut up some OSB, and finally patch this up, because I'm just happy I haven't fallen so far. This is turned off nice and safe. I created my two holes exactly where I wanted these ceiling boxes to go in for the drop down like pendant lights. I got this 14.2 classic cable. I'm gonna feed it to piggyback here, and we're gonna use this power source that's here. So far, we're looking good. So I told you there's gonna be a problem. Not too bad. There seems to be a joist running across this way, so it's just across one joist, so we need to hop over. We shouldn't have too many issues after that. At least it's one. Could you imagine if it's multiple? That would suck. Thanks for coming visiting. Are you gonna be a YouTuber? Make sure this video gets a lot of clicks. She needs to go to college. Do you remember like a really long time ago when I said at least it's only one joist that I gotta crowd across? No, two. I gotta hop two. All right, I'm frustrated. It's so impossible for me to find those two little holes that far away. I'm just gonna rip this piece of drywall off. I'll just get it done quicker, and then I'll just patch it all up. Oh, we got it. Sometimes you gotta be a barbarian about it, man. I'd rather fix this than spend another hour trying to freaking, yeah. If you just hide this junction box behind this wall without any kind of cover, then you kind of risk the chances of the next owner drilling holes and puncturing it and causing some hazardous things to happen. It's going to be hidden behind a mirror, the giant mirror that's going to be here. That way we can take the mirror off and see the junction box there. All right, so here's the recessed lighting that I picked up. If I screw this light bulb in and everything works, it's gonna be, man, we're geniuses. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes! Here's a little trick I saw drywall guys do. Measure how tall this is. Take a screw or two, okay? Okay, now what is that for? It's when we're gonna lift it, put it in position, and it's gonna sit on this until I get my screw and then leverage and to push it all the way up and secure it in place. Little trick so you're not having to have this thing fall off of you. This ready? Lift this up, set it in place, boom. And then we're just gonna go on and just secure all the pieces like that. In order to get this done properly, the shutoff valve, we're gonna have an access panel box. Fortunately, this is gonna be under our cabinet. There's gonna be a little access panel that'll just flip open. These are shutoff valves that have the shark bite attachment. So what it means is you take PEX piping and you just slide it on and it's watertight. Here is our faucet setup. This flange comes off just to conceal the hole to make sure it's all nice and tight. I will link this on my Amazon affiliates down below. All you will need to make it work is put Teflon, buy one of these shark bites attachments, put Teflon, screw it in, and then slide that on, bada bing, bada boom, we're in place. This pipe was of course running down the middle. I had to move it this way in order to fit this setup for the faucet. In order for you to move it, this vent pipe, you have to limit the amount of turbulence that happens. You can't just do 90 and 90. You have to pass 6 inches above the flood level of your sink. Now, the alternative option is to do a 45-degree at an angle coming out, and then wherever you want to do the 90. That allows for you to have adequate drainage and proper setup. I'm not a pro at this. You just kind of, and yeah, some will fall. Take it on like that. Grab your drywall tape, press it on, and then follow up with your knife, again squeezing the tape as close to the drywall compound as you can without squeezing all of it out. Let's get messy. What we're gonna do is just kind of get rid of some harsh spots. There's different grits that you could use. I use 80 just because I'd rather do 1 or 2 very light passes than spend the whole time with 220 or 180. But you do you, boo-boo. We're gonna dilute or thin out this mud here with water and our mixing paddle, cue mixing paddle, to the consistency of ketchup, just enough for it to run off of our trowel. And what we're gonna do is gonna do a nice, light, consistent spread of mud all the way across the entire wall. And then we'll be ready for our texture. Though some parts don't need texturing because this is gonna be drywall or this is gonna be tile, but we're still gonna do it just to help you guys out. Let's do it. So with skim coats, it's really important pressure control with these drywall knives or whatever you're using. I like to put, I don't know, a moderate amount on my knife here and then just play around with the pressure where I see an even spread. The last part of the step is our texture. Now, there's a handful of textures out there. Orange peel, typically you have to get it in a can sprayed unless you have one of those little hoppers that you can spray that the major remodeling guys have. Now, the other end is the Santa Fe. That's the easiest one, and it's basically like a smearing, like a drop down kind of method. I'll get a little bit on the edge here and I'll press it on just like that. This is a high spot, that's a low spot, right? You do like a knockdown to it, where again, it's light pressure on the drywall knife or trowel, whatever you use, and less is more when it comes to drywall stuff, texture. Less is more. Don't try to go crazy. You're just trying to camouflage it a little bit to prevent you from seeing any kind of major imperfection. All right, so let's get this going. Hey, thanks so much for watching yet another one of my videos. You guys seen the demolition. Now we got the plumbing. The toilet is moved. The water line is moved to the toilet. We had our faucet. That is moved. We now have a wall faucet. It was the first time I've ever installed a wall faucet, and I learned a ton specifically about the flow, about the vent tubes, all that stuff. So much knowledge from this. There's not a lot of stuff I found online that was helpful, and I'm really glad I found the right resources. I hope you guys found this useful as well. Up next is we're gonna start working on the tiling of this floor. And then after that, we'll do the vanity and all that stuff. And so make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted every time we put out these videos. Remember guys, courage and sweat. We are not trained professionals. We're just homeowners who refuse to call the guy. And instead, we're gonna save that money, do it ourselves, and learn something new for the next build. Make sure you check me out on my social media. All the links will be down in the description below, as well as my Patreon account where I share some of the behind the scenes stuff, as well as the merch section, which helps support the channel. And by the way, these are super comfy. That is it for me this week. We'll see you guys on the next one. And be sure to follow along. Come on guys, let's finish this job. See ya, bye.